Yes, everyday superpower signing in. Yo, I'm a little bit snotty, alright? So I just thought I'd break the ice on that one. So be a little bit patient with me, okay, if I aren't as coherent as I normally am. So, my question for today, for you, and let me do my introduction, it's Everyday Superpower, where you learn about body language, non-verbal communication, and everything in between. We're airing into the everything in between camp today, because I'm going to ask you a question and we're going to have a little ramble on it. Yeah, I know I've got some things to say, so have you seen the devil? Have you seen the devil? It's a bold question, right? But have you seen him? Or her, perhaps? The androgynous being. I did a video in regards to an individual's mask falling off, as to some extent we perform as actors dependent on the role and the environment and the context and whom we are speaking to in order to lubricate our communication and conversation. A lot of people you see outside and the way they act, the way they speak, they have to maneuver through societal norms and dependency of existing within the world's freedom, as we can't necessarily, vocalize what we really think all of the time, because truth is painful. And not only that, you may have some controversial opinions as to which you might lose a job over, and so on and so forth. So we spoke on someone's mask falling off, revealing their true self, their inner recess. Now, we're going to go deeper into there, and I'm asking you, have you seen the devil? I might not have seen the devil, but I have seen demonic entity. I have seen devilish energy. I have experienced and felt some morbid vibrations from characters who try to conceal that side of them. I have dealt with the covert narcissist who has attempted to kill me with the poking of a blunt spoon, whilst charming the entirety of the world. Picking and poking through superficially painless comments and questions, with an undercurrent of backhanded envy, hate. They say the biggest trick that the devil had pulled upon the world is that he never existed, that he doesn't exist, that they don't exist, that she doesn't exist. But I have seen it within the entity of this person among many. They can fool the world, but they can't fool me, as I start to observe clearer as to why I feel my energy being drained by this vampire. I have seen the devil in a sadist, in a psychopath, who has found joy and thrill in accumulating information that will potentially harm those they are supposed to be friends with, yet they find joy and glee through extracting this information. The only sign of happiness, genuine joy, has been manifested through this behavior as opposed to actual camaraderie and friendly relation. I've seen the devil in the sadist that enjoys horrific and overtly offensive, violent material not in a general morbid curiosity, but in a satisfaction of seeing the pain of others. I have seen the devil in the individual repeating the media over and over and over. No comment made. I'm just enjoying this footage again. I am absorbing, and I am on the frequency of death and pain in order to fulfill this nasty black void that resides inside me. I have seen the devil in the Machiavellian, book-smart individual whom approaches their daily communications with a jester-like tone and buoyancy, an eccentricity that excites others but disguises a freeway system. When we talk of overcompensation, I have seen the devil utilize eccentric comedy, a jester-like persona, to conceal the most violent of character, the most twisted of character. When the mask falls off and you see blinding anger and aggression, only for a brief moment, express from the clenched fists, the constricted pupils and the death stare of someone who's been caught out, which is then an overcompensation for the actual weak child that is needed to accumulate this psychological manipulative information to protect oneself. And you know what this channel is about? You can't bullshit a bullshitter. The whole world won't see it, but we will, and I do. Why do I know so much about reading people? Why do I find fascination? Let's be real, it's a defense mechanism. I don't want to get hurt. I see that in this Machiavellian. I see this person who delivers an onslaught of weird and wacky energy to distort the sinister, character that exists below the surface. Have you seen the devil? Have you seen demons? They walk among us. You won't see the devil or the demons with those whom are distant. I mean, you will see them in the media. You will see them in the media as the individuals you are supposed to trust because they are liars. But the real entities that you need to pay attention to are those whom are closest to you, who will blind you with the dazzle of saintliness in order to ensure you don't pay attention to that slight drizzle of destruction that exists within their very soul, or lack of soul. Some people are mere shells, and you need to pay attention to that. How do they act with animals? How do they act with children? Do they look very awkward? If a man is fearful of a dog, that's understandable. It's a wild animal, it's completely fair. Maybe it's within their wiring to be afraid of such. I'm seeing emotion and reaction, that's okay. But the man who has nothing, nada, zero connection to life, I start to question that. When I think back, and I think I've known this person for years, and I don't think I've seen a real smile from them. It makes you wonder, right? When you think back and wonder about all the information they know about you through their excessive questioning and pondering and intrusive line of question, and yet you know near to nothing about them. Makes you wonder, right? Now, personally, I deal with people on a less regular basis than I once did, but I didn't pick up this information and have this background of knowledge when I was younger, when I was associating with, people I thought were interesting, who definitely didn't have my best interests at heart. We were young. That's where I get most of my stories from, but to this day, I still experience characters like this. It comes rare, but they are out there. And that's what made me make this video. So have a think to yourself. Is the devil real? And if you don't believe so, you might not have experienced him at this point. I'm signing out. Peace.